Lisa here from Arcane and Stellar with a pick a card reading. Who's coming into your life next? This was very spur of the moment inspired, just suddenly, so I thought I need to record this ASAP. So here I am with this reading, and I hope that it enlightens you on who's coming into your life next and what they might bring. It may be romantic, it may be platonic, let's find out. You know what I'm saying? But I hope that all of you have been having a wonderful holiday season, and wishing you all lots of bright blessings for 2021. I'll probably, hopefully, have another reading out before the end of the year, but we'll see. We'll see. If you want to have a personal reading with me, all that information is down below in the description box. There's a link to my Etsy store where you can purchase readings. And then, of course, all the deck information is down below, too. I have Amazon affiliate links up there. On pile number 1, we have Aventurine. Pile number 2, Clear Quartz. Pile number 3, Amethyst. And pile number 4, Carnelian. I tried to include both the number magnets and the gemstones, because I know a lot of you guys like to use crystals and gemstones to pick a pile as well. So the timestamps will be down below, and I'm looking forward to doing this, so I'll see you in your reading. Hey guys, so if you chose pile number 1 here with this Aventurine, this is your reading. So let's find out about the person coming into your life next and what it might bring. Interestingly enough, you guys actually got the most tarot cards out of all the piles. You have a lot of them. So we'll get into them right now. So February is popping up, and so I want to point out right away that February could be very significant in terms of this person. They may have a February birthday, or you meet them in February. So again, this might be that you won't, it's not saying that you won't meet anyone between now and then, but it could be that they come into your life, and they just are more significant, perhaps. And we do have a lot of major arcana in this spread. Actually, we have the Judgment card, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Chariot, all here. So it could be a very significant relationship. One thing that I can tell you is that there is some sort of, I wonder if some of you might be trauma bonding with someone. You might find that you have similar insecurities or difficulties or struggles in your life. We have wheels showing up here as well with the Wheel of Fortune and on the Chariot. My eyes are drawn to the wheels. So it makes me feel like there could be something to do with movement here. Actually, maybe there's a lack of movement, like a bonding over a lack of movement as an example. Or this person is kind of meant to help you through a transition of some kind. We have sorrow over a loss here with a wreath. So again, I do get this sense that this person's kind of coming in as somebody who's going to help you overcome some kind of obstacles. Or you guys, like I said, have similar issues, or you're at a similar point in life with this person. We have the Queen here, and it says here on the light attributes, it says radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. And the shadow attributes, becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. Now, of course, either of these attributes could probably apply, although I feel, to be honest, that this person might actually be somebody who's very into a certain cause, perhaps because of their own experiences in this realm of whatever they're kind of focused on. And it's going to be different for everyone. But there is definitely a regal type of attitude here. We have Freya showing up here with this Chariot card. So there's definitely like a very, I guess, a strong feminine power here. What I want to say is, for many of you, this probably will be a woman or a feminine that's coming into your life. I do feel. But not for all of you. But I feel like for most of you. For the majority of you watching. So this could be somebody that you bond with, like I said, who has similar ideas or goals, or is going through some similar transition as you are, or who's been through something very significant as well. We have the wine glass and the triangle, which is interesting because the wine glass can indicate, I said, what will this bring? Well, the wine glass can bring celebration, friendship, intimacy sometimes. For some of you, this could become an intimate connection, for sure. But for others of you, this is definitely a friendship coming in. And With the triangle here, that's another interesting thing. Sometimes a triangle can represent, this is a deck I'm still learning, but one thing I've noticed with this is that sometimes it's a bit hard to get to the top, right, from a triangle, so there's a lot of struggles. So you might find that you guys meet with similar struggles and you rise to some sort of point with each other, as an example. So it might be like that you guys work on some kind of group project or something like that. That's a very big possibility here too, like something that you're kind of doing together. Notice it says 22 here, so 2-2, the two of you. Sometimes it can represent third party situations, but I don't necessarily feel like that from the other cards that I'm seeing. Not really. If anything, I feel like you guys are bonding over something that you feel like you have a similar goal, is what I want to say, essentially. And I think it has a lot of potential to be a great friendship, actually, and very significant in your life and help you kind of turn around on something or find your path. Even this person might actually influence you, especially if you feel like you're a little bit wandering, a little bit lost. I just grabbed these randomly. Little luxuries generates luxurious experiences and surroundings. This person could have a bit of a luxurious vibe to them with the Queen. They might be very into their appearance. They might be very into, maybe you guys have similar goals in terms of like money or achievement. We have spirit, heavenly assistance from your angels and guides. That's very interesting because one of the other piles that I pulled, I've looked at the cards, obviously, hello. I see them because I shuffle. I shuffle like this, you know what I mean? So I see the cards that come out. And one of the other ones felt almost like a guardian angel. You know, like sometimes you can have people come into your life that are just kind of very meant to be, and it's almost like they're an angel in some way. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. It says power symbol to create lucky serendipitous events and heavenly assistance from your angels and guides. Like this person's sent to you for something significant, for significant movement is essentially what I'm getting. February is significant, like I said. This person could be born in February, so that might be an identification for them. So they could be an Aquarius or a Pisces. But I think possibly you might meet them in February. And like I said, it's not to say that you won't meet somebody else, other people, but this one just feels very significant. It's like Spirit wants to tell you about it. Interesting. And like I feel like this, yeah, it's like a lot of synchronicities between the two of you, a lot of common goals, a lot of common themes. And again, I feel like somehow this person's pivotal sorry, pivotal in your growth as a person and like towards your goals. And again, I feel like a lot of you are like at some point where you're about to turn over a new leaf, or you're in a soul searching phase, or you have to leave kind of what you've kind of relied on behind and go towards something different. But for those of you where that's not the case and you don't really want to change, it's just a lot of personal growth I feel like this person's going to bring. And again, I do get like a common bonding over similarities with the sorrow over a loss and that triangle and just some of what I'm seeing. I feel like, again, not trauma bonding, but kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like you might have similar difficulties. As an example, I've been looking at like one of my friends on Instagram that I follow. She's a subscriber. She was posting memes about ADHD or whatever, and I totally related to those. And like, for instance, maybe it's someone you meet that has like a similar thing as you, and then you're able to kind of help each other. You know what I mean? Because you can relate to each other, so you can kind of like grow together or try to help each other solve some problems, problem solving. Because like sometimes when you meet with somebody who has a similar problem, you can bounce your ideas off of each other and try different techniques and stuff like that. But yeah, I really think this is a cool energy, and I like this reading. I think that a lot of you might find a really great friend who has similar issues and wants to do similar things. So it's kind of like growing together and overcoming challenges and obstacles. Again, there's wheels here too in this card. If you look here, also wheels. So again, movement is so big here in this pile. A lot of wheels. And again, fate, something you can't always, well, with the Wheel of Fortune, you can't always control it. And maybe you're going to feel more in control when you meet this person. Like, they're going to help you find that direction if you've been feeling out of control. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to try not to make this too long and crazy. I know sometimes I ramble. But I really hope that this gave you some insight into the person coming into your life next. Come back and update me if you notice this person coming in. I love when that happens. And yeah, I wish you all the very, very best. Take care of yourself. Wishing you a happy new year in 2021. If you're watching this around this time, of course, later, many of you will probably be watching it later, and that's all right too. It's timeless. But if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, all that information's down below in the description box. Take care, guys, and I'll see you all in the next reading. Bye-bye. Hey guys, if you chose pile number 2 here with this clear quartz, this is a reading for you. So let's find out who's coming into your life soon. We have the heart and the broken ring, flowers and eye, the 5 of swords, the hermit, and the 6 of wands, as well as a mediator. Okie dokie smokies. Let's get started. So we have an interesting pile here. I feel like for a lot of you, and this is just, I'm going to be very bluntly honest with you guys, because I believe in honesty, but especially because I feel like when we have predictive readings, we can take this information and apply it to our future, so then sometimes we can avoid certain situations playing out. And so I think that's why it's so useful, because sometimes, yeah, you can just shift your energy and it won't even happen. I feel like somebody is going to be coming into your life that will represent probably everything you've ever dreamed of. For some of you, this person comes in as a very kind person, very nice, very flattering, very caring, and then you might find that this person has ulterior motives later on, or that their motives weren't what you thought they were. Okay, now when I asked what the purpose of the connection was, or like what this person would bring to you, I suppose, I have the flowers and the eye here with the T cards. And the flowers is about, affection, flattery, something very nice. And the eye, though, it can be about intuition and spiritual abilities. It can be about, seeing beyond the surface of things as well. I feel like for some of you, this is somebody who is going to set off some red flags, but they also put off so much good stuff that you may ignore those red flags until it's a bit too late and you end up hurt. Okay, so that's why I'm kind of adamant on being truthful here, because I don't want you guys to get in that situation where somebody kind of plays off this really great role and then ends up kind of pulling away and ghosting you. Okay, we have the mediator. So it says gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. And then we have the shadow attribute, which is negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. Now, on the light side, of course, we have, good negotiating, right? And good strategies and good, good intentions. On the shadow attribute, we have a little bit more of a selfish negotiation. Somebody who's kind of doing something out of maybe selfish reasons or as hidden agendas. So, and it can be personally, it can be professionally. I feel like a lot of you, this could be a love relationship, it could be a work relationship too. Just show caution with somebody who shows a lot of admiration for you and is very flattering to you, because again, like I said, there might be a hidden motive. Maybe they're trying to get close to you because they want something that you have, or they think you can give them a recommendation, or maybe they think they can, as my mom would say, get in your pants. You know what I'm saying? Some of you, they might be after something else. And I feel like for a lot of you here with this eye card, you will know this, but I worry that some of you could ignore it and think, I'm just being paranoid, or I'm just, that's okay. You know what I mean? Oh, that's not that big of a deal. Because some of you might be very empathic, you might be very nice, very kind, and then you kind of let certain things slide. Some of you, I do feel like, especially for those of you that have been manifesting a soulmate or like a love relationship, I want to tell you something about manifestation. Sometimes when we're manifesting something, and some of you might have noticed this yourself, when you're trying to manifest something, the universe sends you tests. And what these tests represent are this idea that you'll settle. And it's seeing if you'll settle. And so what this can be is like, I want, like say you're manifesting a person and you have like a list, let's say like 4 things, and you say, I want somebody from Argentina. I want somebody, oh, I'm just random Argentina. I want somebody who calls back right after our date to check on me. I want somebody who sends me flowers, and I want somebody who, listens very well, right? And you go out with somebody and everything seems so promising. They have like 3 of the things, but one of the things is not right. Maybe they didn't listen that great, or they're not from Argentina, or whatever, maybe, you know what I mean? Like 1 thing or 2 things out of the list, and you're like, that's all right. Like, I can live with that. You know what I mean? You're literally telling the universe you can live with less. And sometimes the universe will send you these tests to kind of see if you're going to settle, right? And I've noticed this throughout my manifestation journey in life, that this often happens. And sometimes I do settle, and sometimes it's fine. I've done that with trips before, where I wanted to go to one place and I ended up manifesting another one that wasn't what I wanted, but it was still good and I can still appreciate it. But when it comes to people and something that you're hoping to be, a relationship that's healthy and happy, it might be that in the end, these little red flags that you're ignoring hurt you. They hurt your feelings. And mostly not hurt you physically, but probably hurt your feelings, make you sad, especially if this person pulls away suddenly after showing such like promise, right? And that is going to be, I feel like a lot of you're going to recognize these signs right away, but again, you might sugarcoat them, or you might gloss over them, or you might be like, I can deal with that, or it's not that big of a deal, it's not that different, you know what I mean? Or, well, he's got all the other, or he or she's got all these other things, about them. That's great. And, like I said, this can come into love for some of you. So it might be in the romance department. Others of you might find that this will come up in friendship, like in your job. For some of you, this literally could be, for those of you, if you have a sketchy feeling about, like a lawyer as an example, or somebody that's trying to sell you something. Caution. Okay, so the next person who approaches you at the mall trying to sell you something, be cautious with that, because it might be that they're just trying to get something out of you. Okay, so like I said, this can be, and it might be something that just doesn't work out. So for some of you, it might not be as extreme as love. It may pop up in a more mundane sense of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like a salesperson, or like I said, maybe like a lawyer or something. Because we have a mediator, so of course my mind goes to like law. But again, it might be somebody who seems to hold some kind of answers, but at the end of the day is sort of not living up to the standards perhaps that you were expecting, and then you end up hurt, and maybe even losing something. So, and like I said, ulterior motives, if you do notice someone kind of snuggling up to you or something like that, in terms of like what you're doing, especially if you're kind of a solo person. That's interesting. I don't know why. I noticed this woman in the background kind of watching that hermit guy. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling for you guys. I'm sorry that this probably wasn't what you wanted to hear. But I just have to give out the message that I'm seeing. And like I said, with this kind of energy, we can use it to prevent future problems. And we can prevent this 5 of Swords. Somebody who would end up hurting you in the end, or like I said, kind of taking something from you, and not giving back, as an example. But because yeah, we have a lot of solo energy. Even if you look at the cards, the 6 of Staves, it's like you're better than this is what I'm getting to, and you're wiser than this. So I feel like a lot of you probably will recognize everything right away, because you've had this rodeo a few times. I feel like, because the Hermit is somebody who's very wise, usually somebody shown elderly, so it's showing a lot of wisdom and years of experience. So yeah, some of you might recognize the signs right away, and hopefully you won't even get into this into this situation. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I chose pile number 2. I hope that helps you. I hope it doesn't resonate, to be honest, because I don't want you guys to get in a situation like this. But I definitely encourage you, of course, pick another pile if you feel drawn to one. So maybe you have a happier situation coming in than this one, because this one kind of seems like a bummer. But anyways, I wish you all the very, very best. Take care of yourselves, and thank you so much for all your love and support. And what else did I want to say? Oh, if you want a personal reading, that information's down below in the description box, as well as all the decks I'm using and stuff like that. There are links to them on Amazon links. But yeah, wishing you all the very, very best. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next reading. Hello. If you chose pile number 3 here with this amethyst heart, this is the reading. So let's find out who's coming into your life soon. We have some interesting energy. This person's coming in fairly quickly. And this is just wild. We have different decks, and we had the Star and the Tower, which I thought was funny. We also have Father here, Dark Man, and we have the Book and the Beacon, which is interesting. So we could have some sort of incoming information in regards to knowledge. Let's see. This could be a fatherly figure. This could be somebody who is literally a father, because we have this Dark Man. Of course, it could be somebody with a dark complexion or dark hair, but we have the Father card, and I'm wondering if some of you, this person could be much older than you. Maybe they're as old as, they could practically be a father figure for you, or they are a father, or they, kind of have a fatherly energy to them. So they're kind of like acting as a guide, With the light attributes, it says talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit, which is very fascinating, because look at all the stars in this card, the star over here, and then we have the beacon, which shows a lantern. So this person, and that's their purpose, is this book and beacon. This person is meant to change you. So this is going to be, I think, quite a significant changing connection coming in. This person could be bringing some sort of, there's a shocking energy, a changing energy. This is somebody who's kind of meant to shake things up for you in some kind of way. We also have the psychic ability, trust your intuition. I feel like for some of you, there is something about this person that will be revealed over time. And who you meet at first isn't who this person is. And I don't want that to sound ominous, to be a bad thing. Not to say that this person's a dishonest person, but this person might be quite different than they first appear, I suppose you could say. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of unravel them. They could be a bit shy here with the book. We have a closed book, so yeah, it's kind of showing somebody who's also very experienced and bringing in more experience. Because look at the books that are piled up on this side, and then there's books over here. There are less books. So I feel like you guys are, this person's somehow adding to your collection of information or knowledge. This could be somebody that's literally, okay, to be honest, this could be for some of you like a professor that's sending something over, or is going to help you in some way to change perhaps your path, your major. It might be somebody who inspires you to do something completely different. That's kind of a specific message for some of you. Or your path in life in general. This might be somebody who totally shakes up your journey in life and gives you new information about where you want to go. And with that being said, with the beacon, I do feel like if that's the case, it might be something very subtle. You might not recognize it as such when it happens. It might be something that hits you later, where you look back at that person and you're like, whoa, they had such an impact on me. And that's why I changed everything I did. For some of you here with the eye here, it says psychic ability, trust your intuition. For some of you, you might literally be meeting with a mentor or somebody who has really delved into their own psychic abilities. Especially for those of you that are looking to develop, you might meet a masculine type of energy that is very connected to their intuition already and is kind of helping you perhaps improve yours. Some of you might find that you do group, not group, but maybe you guys are kind of working together to improve your abilities. That's actually a really good thing if you want to. I've been thinking about that. I would love to make a group where we all kind of practice our intuitive abilities together. and our psychic abilities, but I don't know how to work it, so I haven't done it yet. Because I'd want it to be like, you know, a free, like, small thing, but I don't know. Like, I don't want it to be exclusive either, and to leave people out, but I feel like it would be, if it got too big, it'd be too confusing. But for some of you, it might be somebody that you can literally work on with that type of stuff. And that's actually, like I said, really important to have those type of groups, because they're very helpful in terms of bouncing off, you know, your skills, and, you know, in strengthening your abilities, and also having another person there to kind of, you know, guide you. But I feel like this person's bringing in some sort of information that will be quite useful to you as well. Especially in terms of your future and what you kind of hope for. There might be something here about... This is so specific, but if some of you had some travel plans, like busted, as an example, this could be somebody who gives you an ulterior way, or some kind of information pertaining to that. Like, say you had a visa denied, and this is so specific, so I know this isn't going to resonate with everyone. This is probably like 1 or 2 people, but if you had a visa denial, or you were doing some sort of documentation that you were trying to get through and it got denied, this person might have an idea about how to go about it in a different way. Okay? Like maybe some sort of experience, especially when it comes to travel, or it's somebody, maybe for you guys, if you've been wanting to like kind of move and you feel like it's impossible or too difficult, this person might have information on how to get it done or how to make it possible. Like I said, very specific messages for some of you, but I feel like that's going to resonate with at least 1 or 2 of you. And this person's, like I said, very knowledgeable, I feel. I don't get the negative vibes from this person, even though the tower's here. I feel like this person's more meant to restore something to you, or to help you rebuild, or something like that, or to find a way, rather than to destroy the way. I don't get the negative energy here. This is a different type of person. For some of you, like I said, in terms of it being romantic or what, I don't get a vibe on anything, so I feel like a lot of you, this is going to be totally different for each of you. For some of you, it could be a romantic partner coming in, but for others of you, it's just going to be more mundane. Like I said, maybe a professor, maybe somebody with a lot of knowledge, or something like that about a certain thing that you're dealing with. Especially maybe regarding, learning something. And like I said, this person, I feel like, has a large impact on your journey going forward in life, even though you may not see it right away. It might not be something that you're aware of. I'm going to take just a few cards here before I stop. I'm not going to make this too long. I'm going to keep it kind of short. Spirit guides and angels. What does pile number 3 need to know about this person coming into their life? Attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. Okay, so for some of you, there's that confirmation that it is love. It's a love relationship. This person could be from a different place, a different country. Sorry, I want the divine doors here. I noticed it, and I'm like, I need this one. It's coming in. 3 of Cups. A toast of friendship in the afternoon sun. 3 cups in happiness. 3 cheers are done. Celebration is near. So again, this could be a friendship for some of you. For some, it's going to be love. For some, friendship. A note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation, and goal. Blessed is the body, mind, and soul. So again, a lot of this is going to be a significant, I think, connection in the long run. Like I said, it may not seem like that at first when this person first comes in. Maybe you're not looking at them like that, or maybe that's not what they're really representing. But for some of you, I do feel like this is going to turn into like a love thing or friendship. We also have freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine sacred reason. Worldly freedom. For some of you, this is really somebody who's helping you like move to a different country or something like that, or has some sort of advice about that, or something along those lines, or is going to turn you on to the idea. Maybe you didn't even know it was possible, and then they tell you how they've done it, and like complete, and maybe you don't even expect that because it's like not even something you've ever thought about doing. But yeah, I like this one. I think this might be my favorite pile. at least so far. This is a very interesting one. I think this is significant, to be honest. So I'm kind of curious to see how it will play out for you guys. But I am wishing you all the very, very best. Take care of yourselves. Lots of love to you. And I hope you have happy holidays and a wonderful 2021. Of course, this is timeless. So if you see this, way into the future, no problem. These are timeless readings. So they're meant to be seen when they're seen and when you feel drawn. So if you want a personal reading, that information is down below in my description box. Take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next reading. Hey guys, if you chose pile number 4 here with this carnelian heart, this is your reading. So let's find out who's coming into your life soon. So we have a few cards here. Let me pull them out. We have the 3 of Cups, the Lovers, the 7 of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. We also have the Mask and the Clock, which is interesting because the Mask is card number 3 and the Clock is 333. So we have 333. And then we have 3 plus 3 is 6 up here. And then we have a 3 over here as well. Okay, we have Handshake and Cobweb and Dilettante. So hopefully I'm saying that right. Dilettante, right? That's what I want to say. But hopefully I'm not saying that wrong and then just making a little fool of myself. That's okay if I am. I'm fine with it. We're not all perfect. But this is an interesting connection coming into your life. I feel like for many of you, this is going to be somebody that could develop from friendship to more over time. But not for all of you. Some of this is going to be somebody coming into your life as a friend. Because we do have, well, okay, there's a few things. The Mask can be about, well, hold on. Okay, wait, I don't want to get into that. With the Dilettante, it says, delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alert you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. This is somebody who's going to come in and get very direct with you about your purpose and your goals in life. This is somebody who's going to kind of shed light and truth onto where you felt lost. Which, if you're looking for that, this is definitely somebody that's going to encourage your authenticity and to be who you really are. So if you've been hiding out in any way, this person's going to call you out on it. They're going to kind of pull you out of any sort of way in which you've been kind of stuck in your emotions or indecision. I do feel like, as well, I feel with this pile, and this is funny because I got that with the another pile earlier, I think. Although I don't know if I said it or not, but this pile in particular, one of the first vibes I got when I was shuffling was that this person is kind of sent into your life by fate, or by your guides, as an example, or spirit. It's something that's meant to happen. This is somebody that's kind of meant to be there. When we have protected from negative forces beyond your control here with the Cobweb. So this is a protected connection. It's no, this tells me that there's some sort of layer of protection around this connection, and it's meant to happen, and it's something that, even if it seems a little unclear at first, which is interesting, we have a handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. So this, for many of you, this person's a stranger. You don't know them yet. This isn't somebody, like, you haven't yet met them. You're not aware of them. I feel like this is a person who's going to really, like I said, spark some kind of authenticity in you, and somebody who's going to help you choose a path going forward. This is somebody who could be a Gemini, to be honest, or there's some air energy here for sure that I'm noticing, and water energy, but that's not necessary. I'm just going to point it out, but that might be something to look for. The thing is that with the signs and stuff like that, we can still have the attributes of these signs. So somebody who's, having air-like qualities, somebody who's a good communicator, somebody who likes to, think logically or apply logic, or, again, I think of swords and air as very intuitive, actually, especially with classic intuition. The more classic, well, there are different types of intuition, but the mental intuitive is an example. Well, I have that, and I'm not very much air, but a mental intuitive tends to get like flashes of insight, you know, or like it kind of comes in the form of words, or seeing something like a vision in your head. It's sort of communicated like that, rather than water is more about feelings, you know. So this might be somebody who kind of has both of those abilities, possibly, is able to channel feelings into word, or through the hands, you know, Gemini, through art, or, you know, like I said, writing, communicating, such like that. And which is very interesting, because this person, now that with the dilettante, I can't tell. For some of you, it might be, some of you might be working on some sort of artistic endeavor. And when I talk about artistic endeavor, it could be music, could be fashion, could be anything really. It can be crocheting. It doesn't have to be only painting or drawing or music, as an example. There are plenty of ways to be artistic and creative that are beyond these, beyond these things. So you might be, you know, toying with something, or have a hobby that you're really into that's sort of like an art form in some way. Which art form, what is an art form? It's something that's kind of free and open, or open for interpretation as well. It takes a different type of mindset. It's not math. It's not like 2 + 2 = this. It can be interpreting something or doing anything. So some of you might be working in something where it's kind of like an artsy type of thing. And when I hopefully I explained that well enough so you can apply it to your situation, because like I said, I don't want you guys to get hung up on painting pictures as an example, as the only form of art or artistic thinking. This person is going to, I think, encourage you to bring some sort of structure or encouragement to developing these skills that you're having, perhaps to bring them into a professional sphere. By the way, this is a very divine time type of connection, like a divine timing. There's a lot of, this person's meant to come in when they're meant to come in, and they're going to come in, and they're sent to you, I do feel, to help you distinguish some things in your life. And this, like I said, for some of you, this can turn into a romantic situation eventually. Not all of you. Because like with that 3 of Cups, again, I'm getting friendship here. But the time has come. That's kind of what I get when I look at these. And these cards here, the T cards here, the Mask and the Clock, are made to represent what they're going to bring into your life. I actually feel like taking an oracle card for you guys, so I'm going to. But, and maybe for some of you it's vice versa. You'll be able to help this person as well, by the way. Spirit guides and angels, what does pile number 4 need to know about this person coming into their life? We have deep knowing. So getting in touch with what you really know. And again, clock, there's something about timing of something, about something going faster, because the clock here represents, like, it's like getting your move on what you already know deep inside. This person might be unlocking things that you know deep inside, that you've kind of not addressed, or you've not been doing. And again, this is a blessed connection. This is a good connection. I think number 3 and 4 were actually my favorite piles out of all the piles, and this one is a very blessed connection. Like I said, it's very, this is going to be great for you in terms of getting to know yourself and movement as well. I feel like this person's going to motivate you to kind of continue doing something, or to go for the finish line, to kind of accomplish something. And they might cut through a lot of your confusion that you've been having in regards to something, because they offer this balanced, honest approach, and they see you in a high light. I feel like this person will see you for who you really are. There could be a deep knowing between the two of you, like a kindred spirit connection, or, you know, soulmates, or whatever, you know. Like I said, for some of you, and with soulmates, we can have many different kinds. We also have 22 here as well, so another repeating kind of number, 22, 33, 333. We have a lot of these, like, synchronistic numbers, so you might find that you guys see a lot of synchronicities together. Again, I feel like somebody who cuts to the chase, though, and is impactful in terms of your direction and what you're doing and getting things done. But yeah, that's an interesting pile. I might just take a few more. I'm going to take some Divine Door cards. I did that for pile number 3, and I feel like doing that again for you guys. So I'm going to do that. I really like these cards. Pile number 4, who's coming into their life? I feel like for most of you, it would probably be a feminine, but it doesn't have to be. Begin here. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now. Here. I told you. And pass this card on. And so you may even learn something from this person that you pass on eventually. And that's why it might be so important. Because eventually you will be in that position as well to help somebody. And do not fear what travel brings. So it's getting out of fears or stuck things. It's like not fearing. Patience. Everything soon will come to light. And then you will see that things will be all right. And these are pass this card on cards. And then we have passages. Spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. So yeah, this is a pivotal person in your life, I feel like. And you are going through some sort of passage into something different. And yeah, cutting through the bull and cutting through the dreams and actually making them a reality too. Some of you with the Seven of Cups might find yourself to be often daydreamers. And it's easier to sometimes think about... Oops, I just dropped a few cards. Sometimes it's easier to think about our dreams than do them, right? And we think tomorrow, next week, but there's something about this connection that's going to spur you into action. Look at, these two fell out, so let's read them. It says, trust the universe. Intuition has wandered and led you astray. The timing's not yours, but the universe at play. Have faith and breathe. And then distant dream. The distance calls your heart to roam free. As you dare dream it, so must it be. Pass this card on. Again, wow. And maybe for some of you, it's like you thought you were going one way and it didn't go well here. But you're trusting that, you know, it will eventually come to you. I love this. And maybe the timing hasn't been right, but it will be right when this person comes in. Like, there's something about this. It's very magical and interesting. I can't wait to see how this plays out for some of you that chose this pile. Like, I definitely want updates on this. But I definitely think this is a cool connection that's coming in for you. That's very enlightening, very helpful to you. And especially in terms of your future and your path in life. So, yay! Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go. Now I'll leave the reading at that. And I wish you all the very, very best. Hope you have a happy 2021. I'm not sure if I'll post another video before the end of the year. But just know that if you do happen to see this video later on, that's not an indicator that it's not for you. These are timeless, so anytime you feel drawn to this video and to this pile, it's meant for you. If you're feeling that gut feeling and that gut pull. Yes, but I wish you all the very, very best. Take care. If you want a personal reading, that information is in my Etsy. It's on my Etsy. It's in my description box, and there's a link to my Etsy where you can purchase readings. But take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you on the next reading.